like I was saying, I've noticed that we talked before this podcast as well, and I've noticed that we share a lot of the thinking patterns, and we have similar wants from our lives, which is to not have any regrets. You mentioned
Hmm.
that you live your life as if this week is the last 7 days of your life.
Correct.
So before we get too deep into the podcast, how would you describe who is Rahul Basak for people who are not already following you?
I think I would love to call myself an individual who is dreamer, who believes in something coming on your head, like I want to become an artist, and I want to become a businessman, and I want to just follow it. I'm just considering myself like a person who just follow, and not only follow but run behind the dream, and just there once I read somewhere that some people once said that rest in the end of the journey, not in the middle. So I feel like
Hmm.
that really motivated me a long way. And so still so far, when I talk to multiple people, they really have very beautiful dreams, very beautiful object in there for their life. But the problem is when they wake up next day morning, they don't know how to pursue it. They even forget the idea, like the dream that they might be, watching or thinking about that last night.
Hmm.
So they just forget it. I don't consider, or like, I would love to not consider myself among them. I would love to consider, okay, if I'm dreaming it, then I should give it a try. I don't happen, let my business fall. But there is nothing harm in trying. And if I'm not trying, then
Yeah.
I think it's not worth living. So yeah.
Ah. If you're not trying, it's not worth living. All the Little India community, come on, take your notepads out and note this down. If you're not trying, you're not living. That's a great line. That's a great line. Um, I feel like that's a good introduction to who you are. But another piece of information that you told me about was that you have a strong academic background, but it was not specifically focused towards business or finance.
Hmm,
And that is something you're really into right now. So, in recent times, we have seen a rise
hmm.
in engineers becoming businessmen and founders of many successful startups, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and so on. What is your take on the importance of a conventional education to become a founder of a startup or an artist? Because you're both right now. You're also a founder of a startup.
I
You're also an
think
artist.
mm, uh, if you look at any engineers academic journey, you will feel like they do stuff with very much pressure. Like sometimes they get to know the idea like tomorrow they have to submit a project, and they just I feel like most of the people I can just talk about myself. Obviously, I cannot talk about other engineers. But for me, engineering taught me that success comes with experiment.
Hmm.
Success doesn't comes with like anything else. Let it be any kind of engineering. Suppose that it be civil, let it be computer. I was a computer engineer. Then let it be automobile or any sort of engineering, or I believe that any sort of academics actually. That
Yeah.
thing which I call success or which we all call success doesn't come with any formula. You just have to
Hmm.
make with experiments and experiments. Then suddenly you will come up with a success, and that
Hmm.
is the beauty of success at the same time as well. You might earn money, but you will not get the feeling. You might not get like that kind of happiness when you will be holding an award on the stage, and you will feel like crying,
Yeah.
and you will feel like a speechless, like you will be, your hands and legs will be shaking by that time. That is a
Yeah. Yeah.
feeling, dude, that will only come after so many experiments and experiments and
True.
experiments.
True.
Because when you are doing experiments, I don't think a lot of people will believe on you, because you are not having any end result by that time. All you have a dream, and you are just hunting for.
I wanted to add one thing. Like you said, what engineering taught you was that experimenting is the key to success. That you
Hmm,
keep trying. That's a very good point, and that's also something I follow Elon Musk heavily on Twitter, and he tweeted just
hmm,
today itself. He replied to a tweet saying ki there was some guy who said ki most successful people in any field are mostly engineers, and Elon Musk replied to that because and that's because engineering and physics is the art of finding truth, and it is very rigorous. So that teaches you a lot of things in life as well. And I feel
True,
like that
true.
is something that you're also like coming at right now. That's
But
something you're also describing.
but I have a belief that the people who are open minded to learn anything, let it be from any background, let it be from MBBS, let it be from
Hmm.
BCL, or let it be from any general field of study. But the point comes like, who is having the curiosity to learn? If
Hmm.
you are coming
Hmm.
up with a subject which you have no idea, like you have never studied about it, but if you are capable enough to tell yourself, okay, I will study for 7 days and I will get the pass mark. you know that is that is something which makes you very confident about life, that no matter what is it, let it be web designing, let it be graphic designing, let it be anything liquid regarding for my business, let it be finance, I can learn everything, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
just learn. I can just, in the internet world, there are thousands of free courses available, from global giants to small organizations. Thousands
Yeah.
and thousands of courses are available. So if you are ready to learn, then anybody is welcome to the field, because internet is changing every day, right? The process of business on internet is also changing according to every physical situation as well as internet situation. So you have
Yeah.
to evolve yourself daily, otherwise you will be stuck.
Hmm. Hmm. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. The willingness to learn should be there. I feel like I feel like you you're sharing such secrets. If you are, if the audience is able to apply this in their real life, there's nothing that's stopping them. Your willingness to learn anything is what keeps you swimming ahead. That's a great point.
Right. And to be honest, most of the people, even if I consider my old version, then I think when I will be listening to this podcast, the first thing will get stuck in my head is like, I have not done anything so far. I have not
Hmm.
studied anything so far, so I don't know where to start. The
Yeah.
question is, it, it happens with most of the people actually, but the beauty is, you don't need to worry about your past things. You just have
Hmm.
to, most of the time our major life problems can be shorted down very easily if we can open a notebook and write down about it. When we are
Wow.
writing about our problems, then we are actually shorting it in a manner. But when it's
Hmm.
not on a notebook or in a journal, it happens, it makes a chaos in our mind. Sometimes we think about A, at the same time we think about B, at the same time we think about C at the same time, because our
Hmm.
brains are actually trained in such a way. It's not their fault as well. So I will be
Yeah.
requesting them to write down few things about you. Like, just just think, like, what do you want to be? There might be 5 points, even there might be thousands of points. You don't need to fear. Every
Yeah.
1,000 point or every thousand notes are just your version. So even,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if you're fearing a hobby or dream, then I think by technical product wise you are fearing yourself. You don't need to fear with
Hmm.
yourself. All you need to do is like encourage yourself. It's okay, dude. I'm multitasking, it's all right. I just have to
Yeah.
start with one or two. So simple.
Yeah. 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 That's again a great point. That's a great point. Journaling, I feel like definitely does help. Many times, you're getting stressed out, you're not knowing what to do now. So many things are distracting you. I feel like, especially in the social media world that we're living today, it is very important to journal. Not if you even if you can't do it every day, whenever you're feeling stressed out, just write your problems. Maybe write the things you want to be able to do right now, and just take a 5 minute walk or just take a 5 minute break and come back to it. It's so refreshing. It's almost immediately, takes effect. I feel like that's a great advice.